Welcome to our Strike channel. My name is Robert Zabias and I'm an ISK British kickboxing champion. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to throw your knees and common mistakes people tend to make when throwing the knees. Okay, so let's get cracking. There are many different ways you can throw your knees. You can throw them from long range, mid range, close range. But what we're going to focus on is the little aspects people tend to make, or the little key details people tend to miss out when they throw their knees. Okay, so the first detail that everyone misses out, and myself personally, I do it all the time. Even sometimes when I'm just going on a bag, just sometimes not forget it, but just don't put enough focus. When you throw your knee, your goal is to aim for your opponent's sternum. Okay, you want to knee the body. So when you throw your knee, you want to make sure you go to your opponent's body. But the common mistake people tend to do is instead of going up and through the body, they go up. They just go straight up. So if you're thinking about, if that's my opponent and I go to knee up, okay, I'm not gonna knee his body, I'm more or less gonna just graze his sternum, and that's what we don't want. We wanna make sure our opponent feels the knee, we cause damage to our opponent. However, if your goal was to knee the head, then yes, fine, going up is not a bad idea, because then you're gonna hit the chin, okay, boom. And if you get lucky enough, you'll knock them out. Okay, well, let's focus on the body knees, body strikes. Okay, so the next thing we want to focus on is when we throw that knee to the body, don't keep your foot rotated out, because what happens there is now as you're going to throw that knee, just like when you throw your kicks, you're going to go round, and there's a high chance you might land side of the knee teardrop muscle, which is a soft muscle. Boom. So it's not going to cause that much damage to your opponent. Before you throw that knee, what we need to do is just think about turning your foot forwards and then go straight forwards, okay? And as you go forwards, push that hip out. But don't try to go too far and then push that hip out too far, because just like when throwing kicks, if you push it out too far and you miss and you fall forwards, you leave yourself exposed for kicks, counters, punches, anything. So we're in here, I want to throw my knee, I turn my foot forwards, I bring my heel to my bum, and I go up and through. I'm trying to land the knee to my opponent's sternum. Another thing you can do is what? The one thing I always do is I always just check where is my body height, okay, wherever, like around my belly button. So if I go to the bag, it's about here. So I find little key details, for example here on the bag, very old, very used bag, there's a line. Okay, so I know if I'm going to throw a knee to my opponent or onto the back, my body is about here. Okay, so I want to go past that line. So that's my target. There. And if you're struggling, we could do the same drill we've been doing from like a couple previous videos, where we take the tape, line tape around it, and from there we can just focus on knees. Because if I know if I go below the tape, I'm kneeing my opponent's groin. Next thing we're going to focus on is when you throw your knee, where are your hands? Because if I'm throwing my knee and I drop my hands down, it leaves myself exposed, especially short range weapon, I'm exposing myself for hooks. I can land the heaviest knee to the body, okay, and he's gasping for air, but if he drops me with a hook and I can't get back up, he's going to win that fight, win the exchange, because he's still standing, I'm out cold. So when you throw your knee, doesn't matter what way you're throwing it, if you keep your hands tucked in or you bring your hands out, make sure you're protecting your head. So for example, K1 style, when I throw my knee, I rotate that foot and I keep my hands up and I just go forwards here. Boom. Or a bit more Thai style, what we're going to do is, as I throw my knee, the same side hand comes out, and you might imagine I'm grabbing my opponent's shoulder. Boom. So that's the key details. Rotate your foot and then throw forwards. Don't make sure you don't go too far out. You can still throw them long knees, but if you go too far and you throw it and you fall over, you're getting countered, and that's something we do not want. Another thing is, when you throw your knees, where do you finish? Okay, do you finish your strike back here, right in front of your opponent? Do you clinch in and then turn around, or do you knee and step off? Okay, this is from personal experience. if you knee your opponent and you put your knee back, high chance he's going to come back with something. Okay? Because if you land a good shot on him, he's going to throw something back at you. So if you're going to knee your opponent, the best thing I suggest you is throw your knee, step down, clinch him, pivot off, and then get off. Because once again, past experience, I knee my opponent, as I went to knee him, he just countered me, put me on my bottom. Okay, I got the 8 count. I still won the fight, but I nearly lost it because of a simple mistake. So when you throw your knee, you either throw it, step down, clinch your opponent, so then you can't throw anything back. You'll be able to throw knees, okay, but you'll be in bad position because you're engaging the attack. Boom. Or throw your knee, boom, step off, pivot off, and then recircle on the outside. One last thing regarding the knees. When you throw your knees, you want to make sure you set them up first. You don't want to just stand in front of your opponent. That's what you're going to try to do. It's a high chance you're going to get countered. So just like with everything else, make sure you set them up, okay? Use your hands, okay? Use your hands to attack to your opponent's head, okay? And then throw your knee. Don't just stand in front of him and try to go. Because high chance you're not going to land that strike, and it gives your opponent time to react and counter you. So make sure when you do try to throw your knee, just like with everything else, hands first, distract them with the headshots, and then boom, put that knee in. And that is the final tip you need to know on throwing knees. So I hope these little tips helped you. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Follow my fight journey on Instagram at rob_zab, and I hope to see you soon. Boom, boom.